Hey everyone, Midnight Stories 32 here. Have you been hearing a lot more about UFOs lately? Well, a large reason is due to Luis Elizondo. Before we dive into Luis, let's talk more about UFOs. First off, let's start with the term UFO. They're not actually called UFOs anymore. They're called UAPs, which stands for Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon. Calling them UFOs is like the equivalent of saying rat. You just sound like an old geezer. After doing a ton of research as to when the term changed, I really couldn't find anything. However, I did read a lot about the government changing the acronym to kind of kill the hype around the flying saucer topic. Oh boy, I feel like I'm gonna need my tinfoil hat for this one. Nonetheless, this is where we're at. Back in early 2021, Congress mandated that some major governmental agencies, such as the FBI, CIA, and the Pentagon, release separate public reports that describe their understandings of UAPs. Obviously, these reports were heavily redacted and really didn't tell us anything that we didn't already know. Like, you should really slap that like button. After the release of several mind-blowing videos, such as a Tic Tac video, and other UAPs that would submerge in and out of water with incredible speeds, the internet went wild. The public's attention moved straight to UAPs and demanded answers. This is where Luis emerged. So who is Luis Elizondo, and why is he so important to UAPs? Luis Elizondo is now a middle-aged man that was born in Miami, Florida from a Cuban immigrants. Luis came from humble beginnings but has created so much with his life. He studied microbiology at the University of Florida. He also served in the U.S. Army for about 20 years. He was running military intelligence missions in Afghanistan, South America, and even Guantanamo Bay's Camp 7. From 2008 to 2017, he worked in the Pentagon as the acting director for Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, also known as AATIP. AATIP was a top-secret governmental program that would study UAPs. This is where we cue the X-Files theme song. Just kidding, we get copyright claim for that. After AATIP vets all of the videos and eyewitness testimony, usually from military personnel, they would finally classify something as UAP. They would notice a correlation. This is what Luis calls the 5 observables. 1. Anti-gravity lift. The ability to overcome the Earth's gravity without a visible propulsion system. 2. The UAPs had sudden and instantaneous acceleration. The ability to change direction and G-forces that materials used on modern aircraft would not be able to withstand. 3. They had hypersonic velocities without signatures, which means that its ability to move faster than the speed of sound without leaving a trail, such as vapor clouds or sonic booms. 4. Low observability. They had modern technology, even modern technology and eyewitnesses have a hard time observing these UAPs. 5. Transmedium travel. The ability to go from space to the atmosphere or flying to submerged underwater easily. Well, that settles it. This man has a way cooler job than me. With Congress mandating this information to be declassified and the American public gaining significant interest, it was a perfect storm for Luis to rise in popularity. Luis had a prestigious enough title within a top-secret governmental agency to be able to command the attention of the American public. Luis went on Fox News and gained serious notoriety by discussing previously non-public information. He also has spent the last year and a half going on large platforms and talking about his 9 years of working at AATIP. Unfortunately, the Pentagon noticed the notoriety that Luis was gaining and made a public statement to The Intercept that Luis did not work for AATIP and that he actually worked for a different department called the Office of Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence. I know, that's literally the worst department name ever. The Pentagon also said that Lewis had no official business investigating UAPs. Lewis has since come out and said that the government is trying to discredit him for speaking out. So, is Lewis some kind of kook that made all of this up? Or is the government worried that Lewis has said too much and they're just trying to save face? Let me know down in the comments. Also, if you like this story and are interested in learning more about true stories, please subscribe. Until next time, Midnight Stories 32.